Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Game One. I got with me today a rising star in Minnesota basketball. She had a great AAU. She's gonna be having a great high school season. Welcome, welcome. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, I'm Keegan McVicker. I play for Hastings and Minnesota Fury, and I'm a combo guard. I'm graduating in 2025, and I'm a sophomore this year.
So you're in a pretty deep class. 2025, I think that's the next deepest one we have probably since 2022, the one that just graduated. We'll start from the beginning of yours. When did you first start playing basketball?
Oh, I've always just had a ball in my hand. My mom has told me so many stories just ever since I was a kid. So I would say ever since I was like three-ish, she's always put me in basketball. So I've always kind of played.
Have you played other sports, or was it just basketball always kind of the one?
I tried softball and I tried volleyball, but I mainly played soccer and basketball growing up. And then, yeah, but it's mostly always just been basketball.
What made basketball stand out over all the other ones?
Definitely, I really enjoy practicing basketball and just the fast pace of the game and the team culture of the game just stuck out to me. And so it's always just kind of had like a connection with me.
I like it. So I know we're a little bit away from this season. We can look back at last year. How did last year's season go for you, kind of personally and as a team wise for high school?
Ooh, for high school, it was definitely a big growing year for me. I definitely learned different aspects of the game and it helped me appreciate other positions that much more. It was my first year kind of playing point guard full time. And so it was really nice to be able to create for other people and make their jobs easier. And it helped me appreciate my point guards that I've had throughout the years too.
What was the most difficult part of shifting to point guard that you found?
Ooh, definitely finding the easiest shot for my teammates. Like I was constantly trying to like get them in a good position so then it was like their shot was that much easier, and that was definitely really hard for me to do, but I got better, and so I was really proud of that too.
And then as we shift, you go to AAU, play for Minnesota Fury on the Under Armour circuit. How is your role different from high school to AAU, or is it different, or is it kind of the same?
Oh, I would say it's for sure different. I would say so for Hastings I play point guard full time, and then for Fury I'm definitely more of like a winger and a little bit of a combo guard, but we already have our two really good point guards, so I'm more of a wing. And the difference, it's so nice that I play two different positions too though. It just creates so much more perspective in the game of basketball, and I feel like it grows my games that much more. And so, yeah, they're really different, but I'm super proud that I get to play two different positions.
And on that 25 team, you have some big time names and Addie Mack, Jordan Odie. Your name should be included in that. What is it like playing with two point guards, like you said? You learn the point guard position. They're both that can score. They know how to put their teams in a position to play. What did you maybe learn from those two this summer?
Ooh, I learned that definitely from Addie Mack that verbal communication goes such a long way. She does a great job being a leader on the court. And from Addie Hoof, she learns how to, I would say, like, make defense into offense. Like, she plays so fast, and so does Addie for sure. But they definitely taught me that there's so much more to basketball than just dribbling, passing. Like, there's just so much more to it, and they taught me so much more, so much of it.
What would you say, what skill set did you, I guess, would you say has developed the most throughout the summer, from the start of summer to where you are now?
Um, I would say my ball handling and passing. I definitely learned how to ball handle under pressure and be a little more confident in my ball handling, which also came from playing point guard last year for Hastings. And so I saw that this summer.
How do you feel playing on the Under Armour circuit? Like, how do you think it improves your game, and what is it like playing with all some of those top teams and top players?
Oh, I love the Under Armour circuit. It was so much fun to play in, just like the environment and everybody being there. I loved it. And I would say it just taught me that, like, no matter if there's 0 people in the gym or 100, like, you gotta play your game and be proud of it and play for yourself and the people around you, obviously. But I love playing for the Under Armour circuit, and it's so fun to see all those colleges and big names and play against them because it just makes you that much better too.
And I see the tweet a lot. I see the hashtag, this is why we Fury. In your own
Mhm.
personal word, why do you Fury? Why do you think the Fury is such a family oriented team?
Mm, I would totally say, so I've been with Fury ever since 5th grade, and they have so much confidence in their players, and they love us to pieces and just constantly want us to get better as people and players. And I feel like they're so family and team oriented that I just gravitated towards it, because that's why I love basketball too.
I like it. So we mentioned Addie Mack, we mentioned a few others. Who are some of the best players you've ever gotten a chance to play with?
Ooh, to play with, definitely Addie Mac, Jordan, Autumn. Like, our whole team is so deep that every practice I get better, no matter who's on my team or who I'm playing against. And then I would say, if you count like in practice and playing with like Kennedy Sanders and Olivia Olson, were super fun to play with. And we played against them, but like, still, you have to mention their name.
You're like, that's not as fun to play against them as to play when you're on your side.
No, not at all.
And so that goes to my next question. Who are some of the hardest players you've ever played against AAU high school?
Definitely mention Kennedy Sanders and Olivia also again, but for high school, we got the chance to play John Marshall last year, and they had Lily Meister and Katie Hurt, and Lily's going to Indiana and Katie Hurt's going to Lehigh. And I think that we had like a really great matchup against them, and it was super fun to play against them. And just, it was kind of a Fury battle too, because me and Emma Baker on Hastings, and then Lily and Katie. So that was super fun to play too.
That'd have been a fun one. I don't know if I'd have had the guts to challenge Lily around the rim. Those are long arms, and she closes ground quick. I would not have had it. I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of, we talked a little bit about college a little bit. You know, with playing on the Fury, with your skill set as strong as you are, kind of, and that coach's eyes getting on you, do you look at recruiting as stressful, as exciting, a mixture of both? How do you kind of stay grounded in that process?
Yeah, I would say I definitely see it as really exciting. It does get stressful sometimes, but I ultimately try to see it as a matchmaking process. And colleges are trying to just understand who I am as a person and a player, if I fit their program, and I'm trying to understand their program and if I feel like I would fit in there. And so it's less stressful when I think about it that way, and that's kind of how I stay grounded with it. I just get to meet some people and create relationships and see where it goes.
I like it. So what are some of your, I guess, boxes to check off? Like when you're looking at colleges, what are kind of your non-negotiable things that you're like, these, wherever I go, it has to check these boxes?
For sure, just coming from the Fury and Hastings, like super team oriented and like relationships. I love being able to talk to anyone and come to anyone about anything. It creates chemistry on and off the court that's just, I feel like, needed. And then academics obviously are super important to me, but I would say for sure relationships and just being team oriented. And then knowing my role on the team too.
And so I think we're still about a month away from things ramping up, maybe a little less than a month in Minnesota high school basketball. What is maybe something that has you excited about this year's current squad?
For sure, I would say just that we're kind of rebuilding a little bit, but I think that will actually surprise some people. We just got a new head coach in the last 2 years, and we only graduate one girl this next year. And so we'll have a couple years to work together and create some good chemistry that I think that will surprise some people and hopefully do well.
I don't know if we have a full schedule yet. Any games that we have circled or kind of marked down as big games for the season?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, but I know that we are playing John Marshall again. Even though they just graduated Lily and Katie, that one will be fun to go. And then just some conference, like our conference is a really good matchup for us, I feel like. And so even just some of our conference games, going through those, that'll be super fun.
That paint should be wide open now without Lily in there. I would maybe challenge it now. But and so what is maybe one skill set that you, I guess, would say that you hope to develop, continue to develop this coming high school season into next year's AAU team?
Yeah, I would for sure say my shooting. I feel like it's something that you can always work on it, but I feel like I have so much to improve on that. And as I improve on it, just my confidence with it too, because it's just something I feel like a lot of people struggle with it, but confidence is such a huge thing that you need in basketball. So it's important to learn.
Agreed. And so we'll go off the court a little bit to get you know a little bit. When you're not playing basketball, not practicing, not having a ball in your hand, where can people find you? What do you like to do the most to kind of de-basketball?
Ooh, I definitely, hanging out with my friends and family is always a great one. But I love reading and I love writing. and playing soccer too. I play soccer for high school, and so definitely just staying busy with other hobbies like that.
What's one of the best things you've read lately?
I would say I love Colleen Hoover, if you've heard that name before. And one of my favorite books of hers is probably It Ends With Us.
Nice. So what would you say is, I guess, more taxing, or kind of soccer or basketball? What kind of is more physically enduring or kind of harder to recover from, I guess I'll say?
Yeah, I would for sure say that soccer's turned into more of a physical sport as you get older, just kind of bumping and like contact, I would say. So you get a little more like bruises with that, but same with basketball. I would say physically, like cardio wise, soccer can be harder, but they're two different shapes. Like soccer, you need to be able to run for 60 minutes, but then basketball, you need to be able to sprint for a couple minutes and play defense. So they both have their moments, but I don't know.
Do we have any pregame soccer or basketball rituals or superstitions or anything we got to do before a game on either?
I wouldn't say like not at the top of my head, but I always try to do my best to like ground myself, but also get hyped before a game because sometimes I can feel a little overwhelmed. But I would just say, yeah, grounding myself and then getting hyped before the game is probably my main one.
What's on the pregame playlist? What's the go-to?
Oh, so many throwbacks. I love throwbacks. Just like early 2000s that like even some country songs like that everyone knows the words to. So it's just so much to just jam out to.
You had me worried there for a second when you said throwbacks. I thought you were going to go back to my high school days. I'm like, hey now, don't say throwbacks yet. Oh goodness, I was worried. Early 2000s, I'll take it. I'll take it. I
Yeah.
was junior high to it then. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And so I won't take all your night. We'll wrap up here a little bit, but I want to say, what is one thing you hope someone gets from watching you play basketball, or that understands from you as a player? What's that one thing you hope they realize from watching you play?
I would definitely have to say probably a dedication to the sport. Just no matter what I'm doing or what's going on, I'm always giving 110%. And it's even if I get thrown into the point guard position, I'll do my best to provide for my teammates and like make the game better in my control. And then, yeah, I would say, yeah, just dedication to the sport.
I like it. Well, I can speak from it. You're impressive to watch. I saw you in high school. I seen you in breakdown tournament. I seen you at AAU. Very strong offensive weapon. You can kind of hit all three places. So I'm looking forward to your season coming up. I will be at a game. You tell me which ones are maybe John Marshall. Maybe we'll go down there. We got to find one that's kind of the rivalry, but I want to say thank you. Good luck this season. Good health this season. And I'll be seeing you in the Fury with the Fury. I'll be seeing you there next summer. So good luck, good health, and thank you for taking your time tonight.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me.
Have a good night.
Bye.